Hey everyone, and welcome back to Dozer, where today we'll be taking our little midget girl for a spin in Area 4 Metal City, that's right. So today we'll be exploring the secret area of this area, Metal City High Rise. So yeah, go to that place, and once again this level will be split kinda like in different paths, so there are two paths. So in this episode we'll explore first path, we'll collect one treasure which is there, and in the next episode we'll explore the second path, which is, yeah, actually here to the right, as you can see, where you can squeeze in there. And yeah, in this path to the right you can get two other treasures in this whole location. So remember how I told you that we'll be taking our little Jill midget girl for a spin? Well, you see these wall sockets? That's what I meant. So basically, if you remember how these wall sockets work, I think they are called wall sockets, so basically if you use your drill in them, well, you can spin around, and the more gears you have, the more height you'll have when you bounce upwards. So yeah, here we get our second gear. So now we can, yeah, reach new heights, so to speak, with these wall sockets. So yeah, this path, which is going upwards here, is related only, for the most part, to these sockets, so it's kind of like trial and error place. But to me, to be honest, these wall sockets always felt very natural. I'm very good with them, for no reason, like, at all, like, seriously. It's just that, you know, for example, if you can't reach that ledge here, for example, if you are staying in the first gear, then, well, surprise, use the second gear to, well, reach that ledge, because then you'll have a higher jump, so to speak, you know. And yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory here. And there will be these self-explanatory things all over this place. For example, there will be instances where you have to, well, grab the other socket, you know, when you are jumping from the one socket and stuff like that. So basically, for example, here we have this lonely little yellow block. I don't know why, but it's here, just for some extra chips. But for example, here you see, we have this wall socket, and well, we have this socket here to the left as well. So yeah, let's grab this socket here to the left. Let's stay at the second gear, and let's launch ourselves upwards. So this was kind of like the basic thing right here, but there will be instances where you'll have to kinda fly from the one socket to another instantly. For example, here you see. And be careful here, because there are spikes, so if you'll touch them, you'll take damage. But like I said before, it's trial and error all over this place here, so it's kinda easy to understand how you should proceed through this place. It's not mazy, it's pretty straightforward as well. So yeah, and yeah, you see here, for example, we grabbed our third gear already. So now we can reach even new heights. So, and speaking about metal blocks, I already revisited all the previous places where I've already been, right? So there were some other metal blocks in these places as well, but these metal blocks, they just either lead you to some extra chips, or they just lead you to some shortcuts. So I was not kind of showing them off at all. So yeah, I was just showing all the metal blocks which lead you to treasures. Okay, Jill, please stop. Please, just stop. You don't want to get too dizzy in this place, you know? Like, seriously, I know that you enjoy good midget spin once in a while, but please, you'll have plenty of time to play around with these midget spinners here. So yeah, hold your horses, really. So once again, taking damage from these spikes is not a big issue, because well, if you bought all these tanks that give you extra energy, so yeah, then it's not a big problem for you. Take some extra damage, you know, so don't bother with these spikes too much at all. So here, yeah, this place, well, you need to use your scouting mechanic to kind of see where you need to go sometimes. For example, there was one instance where there was one wall socket down below me, but you had to know that, well, you have to use your drill instantly once you jump to that socket, because down below there were spikes. So, and here we have these little mines. So once again, with these mines, the best advice they can give you about them, just ram into them so that they are not bugging you anymore, and then you're, yeah, pretty much good to go. So, and speaking about ranks, well, if you remember, when you acquire a certain amount of treasures, then your treasure rank, so to speak, is kind of like upgraded, you know? So I believe there are other treasure ranks prior, which we got at the end of the Let's Play when we completed the game. If you remember, I think we got the rank which is called Crook, but I believe if you up to that point receive less treasures that I received at that point, you get different ranks. Because I remember I watched one video where there were some kind of different rank on the screen in that particular Let's Play or something, and also there were Duke and what was that girl called again? That policewoman? Carrie, yeah, Carrie. I remember they were also standing in different poses, kinda. So, but I will not be going after these ranks, because these ranks, to be honest, they are pretty pointless, honestly. So, and yeah, Duke and Carrie in these different ranks, they also have some different lines for you as well there. So, because as you can see in this Let's Play, I was just grabbing everything that I could up to that point. So, for example, if you go through the game without receiving any treasures, then I believe you get yeah, some different ranks, and if you receive some more treasures, then you get the other rank, and so on and so forth. So I just got the first rank when I completed the game, well, which was related to all the treasures which I got up to that point, if it makes sense. So here we have some of these little small cannons to worry about, but they are not too much of a problem to us, because they are pretty easy to deal with. You can use your drill sort of like a barrier to protect yourself from these bullets which they are shooting at you. So, alright, yeah, here let's latch onto this left, and we don't have enough height, so you know what that means. Yeah, let's stay in this third gear. Just a moment, here we go. Alright, so here we have some mines at the top here, but honestly though, don't touch them like at all, to be honest. You don't need to kinda ram into them to proceed forward. You actually need to, yeah, here to proceed downwards and to latch into that wall socket which was there to the right. So the location which is up above us, right where there are these mines, we will be kinda going through that place anyway, only from the upper side, if it makes sense. So basically now we'll launch ourselves upwards here, then we'll go here to the left, and this section kind of loops around itself, and then you will be revisiting that place where there are these spikes anyway. So here, the trick here is to not to fall down into that small little spiky thingy. So in order for you to do that, you have to kind of hold down the left button when you are drilling, so that Jill is not snapping out of her drilling animation. So, but honestly though, it doesn't matter too much, because like I said before, taking damage is not a big problem for us anymore. Honestly though, it haven't been too much of a problem for us for quite some time, but it will become a problem actually in the next level, so yeah. Alright, some more spikes, which are not a big problem for us. So yeah, and yeah, you see this section? We were here before, but only in the lower part, kinda. So yeah, here just be sure not to fall down, otherwise you'll have to kinda loop around this place all over again, kinda. So here we have some more cannons. You don't have to bother with them at all, you can just use your dashing mechanic, and that's pretty much it. So, but I was bothering with them anyway because well, I could, so why not, you know? Honestly though, I don't need chips anymore in this game, because I bought everything that the merchant had to offer for me. But these chips will be important if you are kinda good at taking damage, if it makes sense, like I am. Because you see, I'm kinda taking damage like crazy, and yeah, in next 2 levels, secret ones, you'll be taking a lot of damage if you're not careful, and I'm not careful, you know. So for me these chips matter because, for example, if I'll die, then I'll be able to restart the level, so it won't be game over. So yeah, how it works I'll show to you a bit later, but basically what you need to do is you need to have a certain amount of chips in order for you to continue to game, for example, if you game over, you know. So here, yeah, everything is self-explanatory. You have to kind of launch yourself upwards from that wall socket to the right into that moving socket there up above, but yeah, here position yourself that you are here to the left and stay in the lower part so that you can actually reach this wall socket to the left, because you see what happened now. I was staying in the upper part of that moving socket and I was not able to reach that left socket when I was kind of bouncing myself to the opposite direction, you know, to the left. So, but here you see it worked. So, and let's enjoy some more of our midget spinning. That's right. I just like this animation, I don't know. It just feels cool, you know? I just like spinning, what can I say? I just can go dizzy for ages that way, you know? And make some awful commentary. Make some awful jokes that way, so... But yeah, as you can see, this section is not over yet. We still have some ways to go, but it will be over soon, actually. It's not too long. So let's check this place out. So we have some spikes, they're up above us. Let's hop onto this platform, and here you can jump over these spikes, but yeah, I was being more clever. I was using my dashing mechanic so I can dash in between these spikes, you know, see, just like that. So, and here, yeah, some more cannons, not too much problems here. Yeah, honestly though, this whole section, this part of this level, it feels kind of like a briefer, considering how much torture we experienced in the previous episode. So yeah, I advise you to definitely go upwards in this whole secret level after that previous level first, you know, because the section which is to the right, if you remember the beginning of this whole place, it's much more trickier. There will be a lot of bottomless pits and stuff like that, but yeah, I'll be leaving that whole part of this level actually for the next episode, because today, well, I wanted to have some breather after that whole torture chamber which was apparent in the previous episode. Well, 3 torture chambers, you know, so yeah. Alright, yeah, for whatever reason, like I mentioned before, these wall sockets, they feel very, very natural for me. I think maybe for me they are easy because I kinda see very, very quickly where is the next socket on the screen. So for me, yeah, I'm very good at reacting at these kind of things. Maybe for some of the people it could be a problem, but not for me though. But anyway, like I mentioned before, it's more like a trial and error thing. So if you invest your time in it, you can go through this section. So, oh boy, we'll have a pretty big fall here. Should we do it? Should we fall? Oh, okay. Okay, never mind. Okay, I thought I'll just fall to my death there. But maybe it will be here. Well, and Jill dies, I guess. But no, it's actually the exit of the level. So here we received a glass mask in this part, and as you can see, yeah, if you fall down here, you exit through this level. So basically, what it means that you have to revisit this level again to actually grab 2 other treasures. So. But yeah, like I mentioned before, we'll be doing that in the next episode. So yeah, this will be it for this episode today. So we enjoyed some midget spinning today, and let's check that glass mask. Yeah, that glass mask actually looks pretty weird. So and the description is pretty weird as well. You'll see that just in a moment. So where is it? Let's see. Here we go, glass mask. This mask is made of clear glass. It doesn't conceal the face of the wearer. That's a pretty odd-looking mask. It reminds me of something from the movie Mask, you know, with Jim Carrey. But yeah, the point of this mask, it doesn't conceal the face of the wearer. So what's the point of it? That's a pretty pointless item to me, but it's pretty yeah, interesting looking. So, but anyway, guys, yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this episode, and I'll meet you in the next one where we'll yeah, revisit this place again, and we'll go after the 2 remaining treasures. So yeah, cheers.